Welcome to another Prediction League video, and this time we are doing our predictions for Extreme Rules. I'm delighted to be joined not just by Dave, as always, also Andrew Loughran from the Wrestling Beat on Dublin South. How are you, sir?
Good. Happy to be here. I've been following your guys' podcast for a little over 6 months now, so yeah. As I said to Dave recently, without kind of you guys doing this, I wouldn't be doing mine, so
I appreciate that. But how's things gone for yourself now? You've only been there for what, a month or something like that?
Yeah, I'm
now?
about 5 shows in. Yeah, really good. It started out with a bit of I was on another kind of community radio show, a morning show, and I was interviewing nothing but wrestlers, from the guys from OTT and Fight Factory, so I decided just to do a full one. But yeah, so far so good. Really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Hoping it'll grow a little bit more.
Awesome stuff. Well, in the meantime, we have our predictions here for Extreme Rules. So there's 11 matches in total, so lots to get through, don't we?
Yeah, huge card. This is, I guess, the upside of having dual branded pay-per-views, I guess.
Indeed.
Now, isn't it? That we have so many matches to predict. That means so many more points for me to get.
So you say.
So we're going to start off.
He has points to catch up on, by the way. He's last. So
you'll see here at the bottom right now how we are. I got some points back again. At Money in the Bank, because WrestleMania I had the worst showing ever.
For predictions,
it was terrible. Dave just raced ahead, and I think it was Jay Money was our guest then, wasn't it?
He was, yeah.
And he raced ahead with the points as well. And obviously he was the only one that predicted Brock would retain at WrestleMania 2, which is crazy, to be fair. Crazy. The man knows his stuff.
He is.
Like a Nostradamus. I never could have seen that one coming. You know?
He's rich in knowledge as well.
Oh god! So I think he used some of those J Money dollars to get that referee to pin the one to count fast for that pin. But anyway, we'll start off with the kickoff show, and it's a tables match. It's Sanity against The New Day. Andrew, it's tradition to let the guests go first with their predictions when they come on to this video. We'll let you go first.
Sanity. It makes sense for it to be Sanity. They've taken a couple of losses since coming up, and as I was saying, I really think they're missing an element in Nikki Cross. So Sanity, I think absolutely. Okay. I hope so. I certainly hope so.
So we're going with the concepts that it's a table match. The team wins as opposed to who goes through who.
We don't know though. We don't know. It could be an elimination style. It could be just one person through a table. We don't know yet. So we'll just straight out who wins.
All right.
Won't put any extra points on the line for this one because we don't know.
All right, and then I'll go Sanity then, because Sanity are just coming up now. They need that to make their stamp now on SmackDown. I don't think a loss will hurt the New Day, because they're a type of team now where they're made regardless.
Absolutely.
Nothing will hurt them at this stage. They're set for the rest of their careers, the way they're going. Whereas Sanity, this is a chance for them to build up and make their impression. Exactly.
I'm going to go Sanity as well. Mostly because a lot of your points I agree with, both your points. Also, it's their first pay-per-view match. You're not going to have them lose their first pay-per-view match, whether or not it's on the pre-show.
They need that little shove.
Yes,
I think so anyway.
That little shove, and you never know, they could get Nikki Cross sooner rather than later.
She's working the live events recently.
Yeah, with Becky Lynch.
She has been. So we'll move on to the main show. And we're going to start off with the Raw Women's Championship. It's an Extreme Rules match. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. I'll go first on this one, and I'm going to say Alexa Bliss. I think the stipulation helps her that she can do whatever she needs to beat Nia. Mickie James may get involved. Of course, Ronda Rousey has a front row ticket, so she may get involved at some point as well. But I think at the end we'll see Alexa Bliss standing tall with the title. Maybe not tall, but she'll be standing.
All of a sudden I have this funny image now of Ronda Rousey hitting Alexa Bliss with her trophy. So that she won
her Hall of Fame trophy.
Exactly, yeah. So, or even the belt from her blazer or something like that.
Just a blunt instrument.
Exactly, yeah. It's still a weapon. I agree. I think it makes more sense for Bliss to win this match, especially if you look in hindsight for the future where she could potentially be against Rousey. But I think it could be a case where Rousey would accidentally cost Nia Jax, and that could lead to something going to SummerSlam as well, where it could be even a triple threat involving the two rather than just one-on-one. But either way, I can see Bliss losing this. So yeah, by pinfall.
Yeah, no, I agree with both. I think we can all see the pathway that's being created for Alexa Bliss going into the summer, and there's no two ways about it that that image of Alexa Bliss with her arm hyperextended is going to be the image of when Ronda stands over.
Yeah.
It has to be, you know what I mean? Ronda's first victory, championship victory, and it's going to be at SummerSlam. There's no way they're taking the belt off Alexa Bliss this early, and because Alexa can get a far, as good as Money in the Bank was with Nia and Ronda, I think Alexa Bliss can get a far better match out of Ronda. She can bump all over the place.
100%.
Bump all over the place for
100%.
So yeah, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, which all the way with that. So,
Okay,
moving on.
We'll move on to another Extreme Rules match. Well, another stipulation match, not Extreme Rules, sorry. It's Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens in a steel cage. Dave, who have you got in this one?
Because Braun Strowman has basically been the Nelson to Kevin Owens' Bart at the moment, and basically been bullying all the and you see how scared Kevin Owens is when. I feel it sort of plays well to this type of match. I think it suits this rivalry at the moment when you think about it. Here's Kevin Owens who wants to escape Strowman by any means necessary, and I think that's going to be the way he's going to win. So I'm going to go with Owens to win by escaping the cage.
Okay.
Either by door or by going over the cage, or somehow he pushes Strowman through the cage, but he's going to win the match. So.
Okay.
So, and he probably power slam in the end. He'll probably still
He'll
be
stand
hurt
tall
in the end.
Yeah,
Probably Strowman.
That is the Strowman thing, whether he wins or loses.
Exactly. So I think if it goes like that, it won't hurt anyone.
Okay.
It's almost hilarious that's Kevin Owens' character now. He's just terrified of another human being on the roster. It is funny. I'm going with Kevin Owens. I think the whole stipulation has been set up for Kevin Owens to win, but much to your point, Dave, I think he'll win in sort of a fluke where I think he'll take a huge fall off the cage by accident, either through some sort of a table or something, but he won't win the easy way. It'll be by fluke and it will cost him big time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I'm going Braun.
Right, okay.
He's getting the Roman Reigns treatment at the moment where he's being booked to the stars. The people enjoy Braun, but I think it's because of the whole he was heel first, he changed his way, blah blah. Look, we can have that conversation but another day. But I think Braun will be to win. Remember, he's Mr. Money in the Bank.
It's true.
He wants
forget
to keep,
that, wouldn't you?
He wants to keep that momentum going, especially with SummerSlam close as well, with the return of Brock there too. It's his one time of the year that he'll actually get to actually go after Brock in the WWE ring where he can cash in.
That's true, but there's a loss, especially if he overpowers Owens. Let's say, for argument's sake, through a cage, really take his momentum away, even if it is a loss. Because it is still Braun Strowman.
Not necessarily. Like, obviously, like you said, I think either way he'll stand tall at the end of it. But I think he's going to stand tall because he wins.
All right,
I think they want to keep that momentum going in terms of win record.
Okay.
Keep it going and going and going and going and going to make him that legitimate sort of champion when he does eventually take the title, because I don't think they'll have a failed cash in.
Okay, fair enough.
They're in an interesting spot though, aren't they, with Braun? Because they've attempted some comedy stuff with him that wasn't very good, but yet it worked. He's kind of, you know what I mean, he can kind of bounce back for some certain bad booking and bad decisions, so it could go either way.
He's meant to be one of like the funniest guys behind the curtain anyway.
Yeah.
He's meant to be one of the like nicest, funniest guys there is. So possibly. So
it works in his character.
We'll see.
Moving on.
We'll move on to Finn Balor against Constable Corbin next in a singles match. I'll go first on this one.
Right.
I think Balor's winning, but through a DQ finish.
Okay.
I think what will happen is Baron Corbin uses a chair or stairs of some point, and that will obviously cause the referee to cause the DQ, but he will continue that, and I think he might continue on for a couple of weeks to then say, right, you keep beating me to this point, I'm going to bring my friend, the Demon, to SummerSlam to take you on.
Dun dun dun.
I think that could be the start of them building towards that, sort of getting the Demon back.
It could be
for SummerSlam, though against Baron Corbin's not the greatest one, but it'll be fun to see the Demon again.
All right.
So Finn Balor to win by DQ.
Alright, I'm going by Balor by pinfall. Let's say, I don't think it'll be a dominant win. I think it'll be a very quick win where he actually could cradle him and then Corbin could attack him afterwards or something like that, which could, again, going back to your point, influence him to do the Demon. But I can't see Corbin winning this match in any way, shape or form, unless he gets disqualified or somehow loses his cool, which could happen. But I'm going by Balor pinfall.
Okay.
So
my heart says Balor, but head is saying Corbin, just for the reason that they're going to want to elongate the storyline a little bit more
True.
to get to Dara's kind of point with the Demon, because the Demon has to come out. You know, as much as I love Balor, I miss the edge he had in NXT badly. It's just the smiling babyface thing. It's not that he's not good at it. It's just not. It's not his biggest strength. That edge, the only mean to him that he had in NXT, is what I really miss about him.
Yeah.
So I really do think that Corbin will get the win just to elongate the story to move it forward.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
So,
okay. We'll move on then to the US Championship. Jeff Hardy against Shinsuke Nakamura. Andrew, we'll let you go first on this one.
Nakamura, for two reasons. Number one, he's lost 2 straight championship programs, world championship programs, both as a heel and a babyface. He needs this, and he needs, much like Balor, he needs a vicious edge to him.
it's true.
He really, really does. He needs something that's more than just kicking somebody between the legs. He really does. And as well, think back to the 24, the Hardy's Woken thing. Think back to that. One comment from that really stayed with me was when they were talking about Jeff's various issues, and not to mention the fact that he's injured. They don't trust him. I don't think they're ready to kind of position to put their eggs in the Jeff Hardy basket just yet, because that basket can get dropped very quickly, very easily. Do you know what I mean? And as much as I'm clamouring to see Jeff Hardy have a main event run, I know probably you guys too. No, absolutely, Nakamura, he needs us.
No, again, like especially going back to the Jeff Hardy point, but also you're right, like he's due a championship, Nakamura, at this stage, especially in the run he's going, like vicious streak or not, I think he's overdue. So like whether it's the WWE title or the US title, so I'm Nakamura all the way for this one, so can't see him losing by pinfall.
It's a clean sweep.
No brainer.
I think in Nakamura, heel Nakamura's been fantastic. I think they need to continue that momentum with him with the US Championship. If you want to get that edge, like you were saying, you could do like I think because you're saying Jeff is hurt, he might win the title and then do something to Jeff. Maybe a Kinshasa against the stairs that could put Jeff out of commission storyline wise for a couple of weeks. Exactly, gets him off, gets him to have that break that he might need to let himself recover. And then that could be the start of something Nakamura continues to do to be that extra edge you were talking about. Like how Randy Orton used to do punting in the head to knock people out for a while. He could do like a Kinshasa against the stairs to a lot of people.
There we are.
And then put them out for a couple of weeks storyline wise, like he could do with the likes of Mike Kanellis and Ty Dillinger and stuff like that. Just to leave them and then have them out for a couple of weeks, so they're not on TV much anyway, and it gives Nakamura that extra edge.
Mike Kanellis, bless his heart,
all he wants to do is wrestle.
Story for another day.
We'll move on then to Roman Reigns against Bobby Lashley.
Do you think this is main event, first of all?
No.
No?
No. Well, I hope it's not.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I hope they've learned their lesson from Backlash. Is that you cannot put Roman Reigns in the main event if he's not having a title match with someone.
Makes sense to me. So.
You know? But I am going to go with Roman on this.
Okay.
And let me explain why.
All right.
Next event is SummerSlam.
Yes.
It's going to be Brock and Roman. We all know that. Roman has been talking about Brock non-stop since WrestleMania. So you're going to have to keep building him, and you're going to have to build him to be able to beat Brock this time by beating the closest team to Brock that they have in Bobby Lashley, both in wrestling sense and in MMA sense. It's similar to his first main event run that he had when he won the Royal Rumble, where a lot of people were pissed off and didn't believe he should be in that position. That fast lane, he had a match with the most over guy at the time, Daniel Bryan, to sort of say prove that he is ready for WrestleMania. They're sort of reusing that sort of same run. Obviously Bobby Lashley isn't as over as Daniel Bryan is at the moment, but he's as close to Brock as you're going to get
in terms of the type of opponent that Brock is, as opposed to someone being over as hell as Bryan was.
So Bobby Lashley is going to lose this. Roman Reigns is going to pin him for the 1-2-3 to help set him up for that SummerSlam match against Brock.
See, here's the thing: when you have someone against Lashley, and this is why I think Lashley will win, like by pinfall. This could play well in WWE. Actually would make a lot more sense booking wise, or it could make him more think wise. If Reigns can't beat someone like Lashley, who's a similar opponent to Brock, does that not go to his head more, and does that not make the intriguing match against Brock even more of a question mark, or more of a what's he going to do now? If he can't beat Lashley, then he's not going to have a hope, and if he wins like that,
doesn't that not make him a credible contender then if he loses?
But it could be more of a sympathetic thing, which should be allegedly doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So by that case, that's one theory. But either way, I like the way it's been booked. I would like to see Lashley win as well. So by pinfall.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah, I hope Lashley wins, and I don't know why. I think it's a real shame how they've positioned him ever since he came back. There was such hoopla about him coming back, and I knew from the moment they brought him back and bumped the lights around the shop halfway through the show, new music, there was no plans for him. I just felt that the way they positioned him on that show, they overexposed him straight away.
Yeah.
With that being said, I do think Lashley will come in with the win, but I have a sneaky feeling that Brock is going to do a run-in at the end and do something very similar that he did at the end of UFC last Saturday.
That'd be the perfect reason for that match being main event, right there. If Braun comes out and DC then attacks him from behind.
Cormier.
Yeah, everyone knew that thing.
Cormier might just do it without even being planned.
He just takes him down. he just somersaults him or something like that.
I can't see it.
Why are you joking?
I can't see, unfortunately. But
Can't
we'll
see Brock.
I can't see Brock coming in.
Alright, who knows?
But we'll move on. The 30-minute Iron Man match for the Intercontinental title. Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre at ringside, which could be important, against Seth Rollins. Bonus point available for correcting the score at the end.
Okay.
So, Dave, I'll let you go first.
I'm going to pick Ziggler to retain by a score of 3-2.
Okay.
I think Ziggler is incredibly strong as Intercontinental Champion at the moment. And just keep continuing the thing with McIntyre. If there's ever a thing that's going to... And maybe it could lead to a case where if Roman loses and it's against and McIntyre's maybe is the reason that he loses to maybe the deciding fall, it could lead to a program then between Rollins and McIntyre at SummerSlam, and that'll be that where Ziggler probably does his own thing for the Intercontinental title against I don't know wherever's around at the time. So, but that rivalry's alone there. So, but mainly because I'd like to see Ziggler have a good run as champion, which he hasn't really had.
Never.
Not really ever. Like so I think give it a chance. Like, you know, with or without McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm going to predict it'll be Ziggler 4 to Rollins 2. I don't think, much to what you're saying, Dave, I don't think McIntyre and Ziggler are long for this world. And if I was Dolph Ziggler, I would be hoping that they're a little bit longer, because I think it's the other way around. I think Ziggler needs McIntyre far more than McIntyre needs Ziggler. It was a good way to reintroduce him.
100%.
But McIntyre has freshened up Ziggler a huge deal. I think moving forward there will be a program with McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I think they're going to try to use Rollins to get McIntyre to the next level. 100%.
And what match that would be.
I think Seth Rollins is the best worker in that company now, hands down.
100%.
Easily.
Yeah.
He's their big dog, for real.
Yeah.
So
anyway, my prediction will 100% be Dolph Ziggler.
I'm going Seth.
By what score?
Really?
3 points to 2.
Okay.
I think, like you were saying, Drew and Dolph aren't long for this world. This is the deciding night where it happens, where Drew finally frees himself from Dolph, and then I think we can then see moving forward an Intercontinental title picture with Seth and Drew for SummerSlam. I think would be the better one to go forward with.
Does that match need the title though?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's not personal enough. It doesn't need the title.
Maybe.
You know, you want to start off Drew hot. So start him off as hot as you can. Put him in the title program with Seth.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Let him flourish from there.
Alright, so
we'll move on and then to the Bludgeon Brothers against Team Hell No for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Andrew, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
I think there's a lot of variables involved. There's questions. How long will Kane be around? Something tells me not very long. I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to get this, because I don't think now is the right time for the crown and moment for Team Hell No to raise the titles. I think they're going to want to make us want that a little bit more. And I have a sneaky suspicion that possibly Kane might turn on Bryan. Something's telling me. They were kind of almost teasing it last week. You know, there was kind of a really funny line where Kane told Bryan that you're like a brother to me, and then Bryan shot back, "You set your brother on fire." They're almost teasing it, because I think they're trying to protect Bryan. No, sorry, go on.
No, well, I was just saying, like, they tease that, but that's probably out of banter as well, considering their history as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe I'm giving them too much credit with foreshadowing.
Probably.
I think they're trying to protect Bryan, Daniel Bryan, by putting him in a tag, but I think they'll protect him just as well by programming him with Kane. Kane's a safe worker. He's never hurt anybody.
That's true.
It could be something moving into SummerSlam for Bryan to get the big victory.
Yeah.
Could work.
Okay. I agree with you that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. Oh, by the way, who's going to pin who? Extra point available.
Luke Harper will pin Kane. Kane has to take the fall. It means more them standing over Kane than it would Brian.
Okay.
Good points.
Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. I think Rowan is going to pin Kane. Miz is getting involved. We're going to get the match between Miz and Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. Because of Bryan's contract situation, we don't know if he's going to be there past September.
Might not be.
So we're getting all these matches now. I don't even think Daniel Bryan knows if he's going to sign a new contract or not. So that then WWE definitely don't. So yeah, Miz to interfere to cost Team Hell No, which means Rowan pins Kane and they retain the title.
I am going to, although I agree with the idea of Miz and Bryan at SummerSlam, I think it still would make. I still like to see Team Hell No win this match and win the title, and they end up losing it on SmackDown. It creates something in the bridge, if you like, between Extreme Rules and SummerSlam, if there was such a match. And as you said, it makes more sense for him to lose it then, and that way Kane can do whatever. He can run for mayor of Tennessee or something like that.
Political thing,
yeah. And Bryan, he has the freedom to leave after that match and do whatever. So, but let them have the title as well. Like, give them a chance and they win them back. Either the Usos or Bludgeons win it because of Miz as opposed to this match. Maybe Miz will get involved in this match as well. But I'm going to go with Bryan pinning Rowan for this match. So, Kane, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. So,
I just add, since Bryan came back, how much of a goof does Daniel Bryan, the character, look like now? After everything the Miz put him through, right? In his whole imposed retirement. I know they want to build a big money match, but the first thing Daniel Bryan should have done when he was unretired was cave Miz's face in.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
We're on separate shows though.
True, but why should it just... I do think it's a good point, but should it not be Daniel Bryan seeking Miz out from a storyline point of view? I agree that it's probably going to be... Why should it be Miz looking for the trouble? It should be Miz trying to avoid him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I do think it'll probably go down that way.
I think that's what they can do now for the 6 weeks and SummerSlam for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll move on anyway to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka against Carmella, with the added stipulation that James Ellsworth be suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
Right.
I'll go first on this one, and Asuka has to win. I think Asuka has to win, and I think the best visual that you can have on this is Carmella caught in the Asuka lock, both on their back, looking up at James Ellsworth, trying to reach down to help trying to help Carmella, but he can't. Carmella taps out. Asuka's the champion. She goes into SummerSlam as the champ. It's what she needs. Yeah. It's definitely because let's be honest, she's been booked terribly since she's gone to SmackDown, and since she lost the streak, especially since WrestleMania. She's been booked terribly. Like, she's lost a few matches now since then. So I think the best thing for her now is to get that title won. Okay,
I agree as well. Like, I think like Nakamura, she's well overdue now as well. So I'm going to go with Asuka as well, winning by submission. I think Ellsworth might, even though he's on top of the cage, he might do something similar to what maybe Enzo or one of those guys did before, where he dropped something down from the shake to try help. Maybe brass knucks or something like that, or some sort of weapon, but it won't be enough. So same image where tears
you
drop
can throw
down.
it down and instead Asuka catches it instead of
Carmella. Even so, something like
hopefully
that.
That'll break Carmella and Ellsworth up, because there's absolutely no need for Carmella to have that gimp around. Do you know what I mean? I really just I'm not in the Ellsworth camp. Carmella 100%.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, pardon me, Asuka.
Asuka 100%.
Submission or pin?
Oh, submission.
Yeah, submission. So.
Okay, grand. So it's the leader of worlds.
What? While she screams.
She'll be passed out. It's the Deleter of Worlds of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy against the B team of both Dallas and Curtis Axel for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Right.
Dave.
B team.
What?
Yeah, B team. Listen, here's the thing. The thing is, we haven't seen enough of Matt and Bray together lately as champions. But, let's see what they're like as champions. It could be entertaining, especially with all the tag teams that could be around after him as well. So I'd like to see it happen. I'm going to go with Axel to pin Matt in this match. So because it could be just a fluke win or something like that. Like they've been winning the last chance, and although they've been winning all the matches leading up, which by booking you could think would go the other way around, but could give it a surprise as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's why I picked Team Hell No to lose. So I think they're going to do the surprise with the B team winning. And for the first time in a very long time, there's something funny on Raw. Something that is intentionally funny. And what those guys, the B team, are doing, it is catching on. It's not going to last forever. If it lasts to August, I'd be shocked.
Probably.
But no, for one night only, I think they'll get the win. But I think that it will be Bo Dallas pinning Bray.
Okay.
Because they think that'll be, brothers, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Good points.
I think people will like that. So yeah, Bo Dallas to pin his big bro.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt.
I'm sticking with the Deleter of Worlds.
Because
we haven't seen enough of them as champion due to Bray's injuries and stuff like that, and stuff that's happened outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And I think they want to keep them as champion heading into SummerSlam because I think the Authors of Pain are up next. And I think you're going to get a better match out of the Authors of Pain against the Deleter of Worlds than you're going to get from the B team.
would you not like...
I know.
Do you not think it'd be funnier though if the B team impersonates Authors of Pain?
It would be funny as hell. It would be.
Or even if they impersonated Paul Ellering or something like that, or one of them did like reading from a book or something like that, trying to be mythologic and stuff.
They should have brought Ellering up.
Yeah,
missing that.
well, he was, but he was kicked out the first day.
It
so.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was a Vince decision. So
Yeah.
He didn't make the cut. They sent him back down. Like
Shame.
gas.
But yeah, I think it's going to be Matt Hardy to pin Bo Dallas
All right.
to retain the title. But we'll move on to do what I believe anyway is going to be the main event.
Hopefully.
The WWE Championship. It's AJ Styles against Rusev. That's who we think. Andrew, you haven't gone first in a while. We'll let you go first. On this one.
My brain says AJ Styles. He's carving out one of the best title runs ever. He's been champion since November, I believe. I don't see them taking the title off him this soon. I think he'll go from here, and I think he'll keep it to the Royal Rumble in January, and possibly till WrestleMania 35. Because I think it could be one of AJ's last runs with his age. I really do. I think it could be one of his last runs. He was just announced to be he's the cover star, isn't he, for 2K?
That's true, yeah.
2K19. That plays a factor in it.
Yeah.
But there would be no better time to put the title on Rusev. I just think the stars could align. I don't think they're going to do it, but the title has never meant less, unfortunately. Even though it's on a world-class caliber worker, it's been watered down. But if I had to make a pick, it's going to be AJ Styles.
Okay. See, I would pick AJ Styles to try and improve the caliber of the WWE title, maybe similar to how Okada was champion in New Japan, because he was champion almost 2 years there, and that belt is by far and away the most important belt in wrestling right now. It would make sense for someone like an AJ Styles to try and bring it up to that credibility now, or at least try to anyway. Like, and there's no better man for WWE to do that. Like, so I'm not going to wish. It's not going to be a happy Rusev day. As much as I'd like to see Rusev win, it's AJ all the way by pinfall.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's another clean sweep. I think it's AJ winning by pinfall against Rusev. I think AJ as a champion going into SummerSlam is a must. And I think a program between him and Samoa Joe could start there, which is what we'd all love to see. So yes, AJ Styles. Then again, if you want to get, like you were saying, if you want Jeff Hardy to have his main event run, drop the title, go after AJ for SummerSlam, that's also a match we'd love to see. It's not a bad match either. You know?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, in terms of this week, AJ wins. AJ. And I think it's going to be a very sad Rusev day.
I'm afraid so, yeah. Well, anyway, that's all the prediction leaks here for the Kickouts for Extreme Rules. So make sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/The Kickout Wrestling, or Twitter at The Kickout Live, or Instagram at The Kickout Wrestling. Make sure to follow us on our podcast on iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify. Check out my Twitter at Dave Bandana, and there's us.
Mars back.
Now, where can we find all the details for your show? So for your show now, where can we find you on the radio and on social media?
On the Old School Radio, I air every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on Dublin South FM, and I also release a podcast link through SoundCloud. Okay. I'm at the Wrestling BE2 on Twitter, at Andrew Loughran 1, myself on Twitter, and I have all the Instagrams. It's all just the Wrestling Beat all across social media. Okay, cool. Well, listen, Andrew, thanks for coming down anyway. Now, we're going to have you now for our proper show now, but thanks very much for joining us for the prediction league anyway. Thanks for having me. So thanks for checking us out, lads, and enjoy the wrestling.